Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and I know that I have been one of the first people to come out against Russell T Davies in his new upcoming era of Doctor Who, saying that he is not the same man he was back in 2005 when he brought the show back from the dead. He is not going to make some of the greatest television we've ever seen once again. He cannot recreate that because he's not the same man again. I know a lot of people have been really hoping that that won't be the case, that he will bring back Doctor Who the way that he did back in 2005, but he is not that man anymore. And a lot of people who have been defending that position, who have been defending Russell T Davies, are coming over to realize that the truth of the situation is that nothing will change, that the same type of politically divisive anti-fan rhetoric and just plain hatred for the franchise that they were entrusted with, which became the staple of the series when Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker took over the series back in late 2017, early 2018, will continue in the Russell T Davies era. Nothing is changing. I believe that with everything that I am, that Russell T Davies might occasionally give a glimmer of a good episode occasionally, but it is still going to be politically driven. That is still going to be woke. That is still going to be anti-fan. And someone who I interact with online, who I have a lot of respect for, Star Whovian, is one of these people who has defended Russell T Davies for the last year, really supported him and saying, no, Doctor Who will be good again. David Tennant is what people need right now. And it seems like even he is starting to lose hope. And that sucks to see. I really respected his hope. A matter of optimism at this point late in the game is something that I don't understand, but I can respect to a large degree. And it seems like that opinion within the Star Whovian has changed after a recent interaction with Russell T Davies. This massive Doctor Who fan, which I know and respect, had an interaction with one of his heroes, Russell T Davies. And it turned out so very, very poorly for Star Whovian and perhaps changed his mind on the future of the franchise, on the future of Russell T Davies' involvement, on the future of Russell T Davies as a man himself, about how politically motivated he is as a person. It just comes down to Russell T Davies cannot be the same man that we used to know and love from back in the day because of the woke identity politics landscapes that has overrun the entertainment industry as a whole. So all this interaction with the Star Whovian and another major Doctor Who fan started with this post from Russell T Davies on Instagram when he said, Writers Guild of Great Britain Day of Solidarity with the Writers Guild of America to fight for better pay, conditions, staffing, and respect. All power, respect, and support to the WGA. The fight is on. So this is just a post coming out in support of the writer strike, which I have complicated thoughts on. You can check out my video on the writer strike for more information about what I think on it. But apparently this other Doctor Who fan, who I'm not familiar with, but the Star Whovian says is a rather large Doctor Who fan who is influential, had this to come back to say to this post from Russell T Davies. He said, here's an idea. Maybe stop focusing on shoving your personal politics down everyone's throats and focus on telling good stories so that you're actually worthy of the pay you get. Then I will stand with you. If the things you create do well, then they will make money and you will be paid for it. That is actually a really good response, something that I would want to say. It's not too aggressive, but it's still laying out the issue that a lot of people have with the current Writers Guild of America and writers in general. The Hollywood machine in general, entertainment is so politically driven that we don't want to see that anymore. And Doctor Who has been so politically driven that we don't want to see that anymore. So this person may not be directly talking about Doctor Who, but more about the industry as a whole, but it applies to Doctor Who as well. People will come and give you money if you keep your politics out of Doctor Who. Russell T Davies, please just keep your politics out of Doctor Who, and you will create a juggernaut like never before seen, because the return of David Tennant, the massive franchise that it used to be, can be rebuilt. I personally believe that Doctor Who can come back to the glory that it once had, and Russell T Davies is capable of doing that. He's just doggedly choosing not to. So if he could just keep his politics out of it, focus on writing good stories with great casting, which hasn't exactly been the staple of his new era thus far, he could bring the show back, but he's refusing to. He's making so many wrong decisions that are politically motivated, and this person just simply calls him out for it. So Russell T Davies says, oh, you can fuck off, kissy face, and then he blocks him. That's not a great fan interaction. This isn't the first time Russell T Davies has gone after fans of Doctor Who in aggressive ways for not being okay with the political propaganda that Doctor Who has become. There was a video I made, Lance Videos made a similar comment in response to Russell T Davies. Russell T Davies called him a Yahtzee, a conservative pig, and a lot of slurs, and then blocked him. That's not something you want to see. That is not a good fan interaction. Even if you don't agree with the fan, if it's a mild response like this, either ignore it or just say, thank you for your feedback. I'll take this into account. I appreciate your time and effort. love Doctor Who, something like that. You can be non-confrontational while still disagreeing with someone or ignore them entirely. He had no obligation to respond to this person, none whatsoever. So why is Russell T Davies going out of his way to attack fans? That is never the right decision, and it has become a staple of Hollywood in recent years as attack the fans, attack the fans, attack the fans. And then they're surprised when they start losing money, when the writer strike becomes necessary because they've turned off so much of their fan base. They've attacked so many fans that they've left. And they're curious why the money pool is drying up. They're just that stupid, and it's ridiculous at this point. So yes, he had this interaction, and Star Whovian came in with a response to the original message where he said, "Interesting to learn you told a longtime Doctor Who fan to fuck off for wanting good stories first and foremost. Where is the respect there?" Star Whovian nails it right on the head right there. Russell T Davies is asking for respect, but Russell T Davies did something so horrendous and so non-business oriented, something that's very poor customer service. Why does he deserve respect? Customer service is a lost art in Hollywood and in the BBC. So where is the respect coming in? You want respect? Earn it. Earn it with good stories first and foremost above politically driven propaganda. That's all Star Whovian said. He said a lot more mild of a response than the original guy did. A lot more mild. But Russell T Davies is a pain apparently these days with the thin woke skin, as most of these people on the far left in Hollywood these days have, is so thin of skin, because right after this happened, the Star Whovian is blocked by Russell T Davies, which is sad because Russell T Davies is a hero to Star Whovian, or at least was at one point. Star Whovian was one of his biggest defenders. He wanted Doctor Who to be good again, and I really respected that coming from Star Whovian. I also wish that Doctor Who was good again. I just don't believe that that's possible, especially after all this, after all the fan bashing that Russell T Davies has engaged in the last year. He's not the same man anymore. He has become something far different from what he was back then. He's not the same man. He is so consumed within the woke sphere of the entertainment industry that I don't think he's capable of writing good Doctor Who anymore. And even if he is capable of it, he's doggedly refusing to, because he cannot escape the woke mind virus that has taken him over. And this is a fan interaction that proves it once again. Don't attack your fans. Come back to customer service and write non-politically motivated storytelling, and Doctor Who can come back. Russell T Davies is making the wrong decisions at every single possible turn, doggedly choosing to ruin Doctor Who even further than Chris Chibnall could have dreamed to do. Don't attack fans. It's that simple. Why are you surprised that people have lost respect for Hollywood? Why are you surprised that the money pool is drying up when you act like this? But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Anon.